Welcome everyone to somewhat more real, low-level development here, at least full stack and stuff on this channel, as promised in the last video, entitled LLVM Clang. So what is that about? As 1 or 2 years ago we did already, like usually we have GNU stuff, GNU tools for binary tools like assembler and linker, and GCC is GNU-C compiler collection. And not only some people don't want GPL GNU stuff anymore, I also don't usually want two compilers, because what happens now is that for Rust, cbindgen, Firefox, you need Clang anyway, so why not get rid of GCC, right? And that will be another build variant. We will still by default with our ISO releases have GCC based stuff because it works and so on. But we will add a new build variant for AMD64, at least currently only. Also, so not only, of course, to brag to, hey, we are the Linux distribution with the most build variants, obviously. It's like automatically thread wrapping those. What could possibly go wrong? But mostly actually to have the stuff tested, because I didn't build it, it's now bitrot, and also mostly to upstream LLVM Clang mono repository change, like mono repository, yeah, and mostly an unfeature, like an uncore and unfeature. But that's what it is, meaning nobody asked for that. What it was building, they changed it, and now it doesn't build anymore. So mostly testing for testing, more testing, and the most testing. I have prepared that already, and obviously stuck at build errors. I had previous, maybe ironically I should watch my own videos, make some notes, or I'm totally aware that this format is not the best to spread the pure information, because maybe I should sometimes make a blog summary or stuff, because now, sure, I know approximately what was quirked and hacked with compiler RT, lib unwind and stuff to eventually build, but now it's broken, and I remember a lot, especially after 25 years, is like Stack Overflow of random build quirks and features and unfeatures, and so now we need to somehow fiddle around again to get this stuff to build, and this time obviously wire it up as a build variant in T2 to have it built among our 25, 26 increasing build variants to support this stuff. Mount has heard you can bootstrap Rust-C through GCC. They don't get that part. Not as far as I know. You could previously, so what that means is compiling Rust with another compiler. That is indeed a bit of a pain. We currently bootstrapped the latest version with the previous version, which is what the developers obviously usually do. Originally they had another OCaml, so Haskell, something implementation. There's also an mrust-C, I think, which has a very old version. The problem is if you use mrust-C, because it is such an old Rust 1 or whatever, you need mrust-C and then build like a dozen or 2 dozens of mrust. Then maybe eventually it is possible, or maybe it is possible, but now with GCC, but it's neither upstream, as far as I remember, at least last time I checked, and also it doesn't do memory checking, which I guess also mrust-C didn't do. Anyway, for us it's not really that relevant. We had a working Rust compiler, and we now continue to build the next version. So for me it doesn't really matter. I don't need to bootstrap Rust out of nothing. I can hopefully usually continue, like as it's scrolling by, use my last known working Rust version to build the next, hopefully, which, yeah, not ideal, but the same with ADA, GCC's GNU ADA implementation. So yeah, let's debug around on this stuff, which I hope will not be too boring. So yeah, let's clean that, let's continue there. So I started that, it's not fully working. We need to figure out what is missing in which order, which actually we have both of them. Also, I want to do that because we need half of the stuff for VASI, the WebAssembly system root, which we need for Firefox. And yes, recurring theme, all this stuff is way too complex. I soon need to urgently find more time, which for microkernel, which if you share like subscribe Patreon, YouTube membership and stuff, then more time for microkernel. But so far, need to keep this T2 Linux distribution in an amazing state so people use it. So we can quickly check VASI, what was the order there. So that would be config x86 packages. So libc, interesting, we built libc xx first. That is unexpected. Does libc xx nothing from compiler RT? Interesting. Very, in an ideal world, we may want to unite those packages that, because I hacked this VASI stuff to build, which was painful enough. And obviously that also triggered the reminder of, hey, maybe we should have like more working state. LLVM based infrastructure, libcxx compiler RT lib unwind, which I wonder, does lib unwind support WebAssembly? Questions over questions. So compiler RT, maybe we, well, first we check what is the error. Maybe that might actually be a good idea. Oh wait, why is here no? What? Why? Oh wait, this is the wrong one, source. So what does it actually really oh wait, it was, oh this was once unwind. Oh wait, it is found. Why does it want RPCXDRH? Yeah, this is how it starts, figuring out what the freaking heck does it even want there. Then let's continue on it, probably, because I just changed that. What does lib unwind want? But maybe we should, so we have a C library, well, sort of, because the build already started, so we have some stuff. More questions. Will supporting Rust in the Linux kernel make your workflow any easier or more creative? No, it will. For me, I don't care. In my opinion, it's also a little bit to just have some little bit. For me, it only has drawbacks, right? I mean, you could argue a tiny little bit of upside of some memory safe stuff, but given how much unsafe, like all the calling stuff back and forth is anyway unsafe. So, well, maybe like in a decade there will be benefits, but at the short and medium term it will only make my work harder, because I need to have even more exotic combinations to support, and not only like also for embedded, right? So for other even smaller embedded use cases than T2, now those people also need to support Rust and eventually. Also, currently it's proof of concept and some unimportant stuff, but for the short and medium term, it will only increase my headache, unfortunately. And in my, also honestly, with millions of lines of code and all the core functionality in C, it doesn't matter. Actually, I would argue they should have left the Linux kernel in C, which it will 99% be anyway for decades to come, and the Rust stuff in Redux OS stuff. But it's not my kernel; they can do whatever they want. But for me, in the short and medium term, only more work. And yeah. But anyway, the Linux kernel and storing infrastructure, I said this before, it's not my ideal software world and model for 20 years anymore. So, but more to that in another video soon on the probably more main channel. Lib unwind error here. So what does that want? Okay, this was actually lib unwind. Handle compiler RT, what do we... Did I change the lib unwind, or... So what was the VASI stuff? The VASI was... also meant VASI. So there we have libcxx. Interesting that those don't need compiler RT yet. Okay, so then, Okay, maybe we try that manually before we always mess around. And we probably need to delete the CXX ABI package. And yeah, so it's totally boring. And this is also system integration, or like if you work on Tesla or SpaceX and stuff, like not on the mission critical, or everything is mission critical there, but if you don't work on the rocket science stuff, but on the Tesla Linux distribution also, then it's like those full stack integration engineers and stuff, it's like such boring stuff all day long, right? Which is obviously why we package all this metadata build recipes in T2 Linux for others to enjoy. So this is at least CXX probably handle compiler. Why does this want compiler RT? This is unknown CMake command. So yeah, unfortunately we need to vastly revamp that, which is obviously the reason of this video. I'm not even entirely sure. Personally, I'm even personally getting a little bit too bored, to be honest, with this stuff, but leave in the comments below. Especially this never-ending changingness of the only constant is change and regressions, because it obviously is a regression. So what that means is we probably need to unite those in one package. Here, like I did for the VASI stuff already, so that is that here, and we unfortunately, it's actually RMZ ABI package. I didn't commit them yet. Ah, shit. Okay, you know what? Let's commit that first. Clang, what do we have in Clang there? I think I changed already something. Actually, we can... Yeah, I added already some stuff for that stuff today. Default to compiler RT and libc++. Also, is that even the right one? I would hope that is the right one. I guess the desk files are not changed, because it should be the pure update. Let's see what else we have there. Clang desk, Flang, CXX ABI. Alright, some small. Alright, lib edit. I think previously I once, because you don't see, let me tune this before people complain that they can't read this. I think due to live streaming from some other machine, I had changed you probably want it like that at least. Oops. Yeah, I always have some. What is with lib on my also the problem? Maybe we can. Alright, because it are two. Okay. Yeah, some slightly unclean lib unwind property change, it doesn't matter, I'm not reverting that now. Oh, that's indeed. How do we do that best? Oops. And then, right, then we wanted to, Firefox is still building, darn it. Only constant is change and bloat. Develop libcxx. And then delete that, and then basically we sort of, because it was actually quite a complex affair to even fiddle around. libcxx stuff here. Alright, we also need freaking LLVM, which is super annoying, but that's what it can't change. This is the benefits, aka not, of this stupid mono repository stuff. And actually, we need to, I was just thinking about that. We kind of can copy the whole Vasi libcxx over here. And yes, this build time string. No default libs, does it even, do we use it? Was that from, oh wait, this is our, this is our old conf, our own conf. So yeah, that were workarounds that were, actually this is cross, why is this commented, or did I just? Yeah, so the new conf, what do we have here? So extracting all those shared files here, then that we don't really need that. So this was Vasi stuff specific. Also except, do we need this destier? I would hope not. That is all Vasi specific stuff. Maybe we don't reset that. And actually this prefix stuff also goes. Standalone build, I'm not sure, maybe not. This also not. Well, we didn't need that before, so I would hope not. Yeah, okay, let's see in a second. We didn't use that before, so external thread API. You know what, let's delete that p thread and, was it p thread? Silent terminate is all a little bit Vasi specific. I'm not in, or is it, oh darn, did I just delete, no, let's do that again. Let's save more often in between, so that stuff is superfluous. That too, save. This we should also not need. This also not. And save. This I'm not really sure, to be honest. We didn't have that before. Actually, theoretically, this also wasn't on before. External. I guess that probably. So we never had that. Shared threads, compiler RT. So theoretically, this needs some other package installed enablement. User. This also needs all of this needs more dynamic enablement. But first, I want to have this stuff building. So standalone, maybe we need that. I'm not. I would need to check. Maybe that just means building out of LVM. Clang monorepository. I'm also working on a compiler theoretically, but not in this video. If there are questions there. So external threads library. Pig shared threads threading. So I hope we don't. I mean tests. We include tests. I'm not even sure. We didn't have that before. I would first up, and we can look it up from the other file. So let's see what we need here. And then we had that build stuff. Actually, we have here Ninja. I'm not sure. We probably don't. Actually, I wanted to actually check the other. Yeah, it's such a mess, this monorepository. I think I probably finish that rather tonight from the comfort from my couch. It's maybe a little bit too boring to live stream all of that. Although, if you want to see all of that, leave me in the comments below. It's a very clean build. The one thing we quickly could do, because it's even on my to-do, is getting rid, so this is no changes, right? Getting rid of this hard-coded CMake release thing, and maybe I go then to the last sun rays of today and play with my kid in the park. So that would be CMake. It's maybe -I release. So there are some which those we would want to get rid of. Types, so let's grab CMake build type and then cut delimiter there. By the way, do you see? Hey, that trimmed that precisely. Amazing. Happy you see that. Field 1, unique. VI, all this good stuff. So CMake opt, chronic Clang default, fine. Release. And the reason we do that is, of course, to have more main, like, it simplifies, it's basically refactoring that, factoring that out. Instead of hard coding it all over, theoretically, we would want to have a debug switch. How much that changes precisely might be another thing, but it makes it, of course, I mean, it's less code and even more features of dynamically switching that to debug for debug builds, and a win-win all over the place, and also for all the other packages that currently don't hard code that. package mode on. Yeah. Why is that on though, but whatever. ONative? What does ONative do, or is that typo? I don't know. So there is none anymore. And then either do we have global CMake parse config? Apparently not. Then we have that here somewhere. We have somewhere debug. Here. So I guess, do we have CMake in setconf opt? CMake style, CMake opt. At least here we have some init vars and hooks. Here we have that also already. So we have cargo release debug, and do we have more of this? Here we have setconf opt. Init vars and hooks. I hope it would. Where do we init? I guess cargo opt. Why do we initialize that to release here? I guess we make that so. Debug else. Wait. Why is this one Ardan, right? This was such a nonsense. Why was this so asymmetrical? Darn it. Maybe there was something there. Cargo opt. I remember that was stupid. I hope it really was like that. Can't make this shit up. I think it was as stupid as that. If not, we will find out some other day. So then cargo and CMake. Once release, once debug. CMake build type. So then, which package should we test that with? Something that is small and pro. You know what? Let's. Can we test LLDP? Do I have the latest version? libSSH. Sounds like a good tester. Oh, probably. Let's see what that does, and then I continue with it. Other integration. Yeah, this bloody, I need a new VM, which I'm working on already. Let's see if the right type is in here. Okay, somehow it isn't. CMake install prefix. Could that we double check that? So Firefox, probably a Firefox build there for this latest Rust version. CMake opt. I slightly wonder why not. Do I crop for CMake? CMake, did I misspell that? CMake opt. Why is this init vars and hooks not run? Ah, right, I remember. I did this mistake once already. Wait a second, does it mean that we also broke this cargo opts? Because I think how build this package, or should it? Okay. There is init vars and hooks. Is that after? That should be this. I always hate when stuff like that happens. Here's something. Now it does that. Why did it not do that before? So, wait a second. Did CMake opts? CMake opt release. So far, so good. Why? Did I overlook that previously? There's much stuff here. No, it's not in here. Why is it not in there? Or is it plural versus singular stuff? CMake opt. There is some toolchain file which we could actually pre-fill. We wouldn't need to dynamically do that there. What am I overlooking? Or is that also initialized somewhere here? So much to quickly cleaning that up. Here we override that. Maybe we simply do that here then. Of course I could change it different in other ways too, so that probably fixes it. There are so many RTX you're getting. I'm getting none because I avoid NVIDIA like the plug. And I need CPU like general compute power, so yeah. Or are you joking? So CMake stuff, CMake build type release. I think that works pretty good with, I mean, real professionals, are we real professionals? They would test the debug case, right? Nothing like testing that too. And then I finish the other LLVM Clang stuff. It's basically continuing the investigation there, troubleshooting, guru meditation of what those packages want in which order, solving chicken egg problems, what is needed first, and so on. So build type debug, that looks amazing. Let's revert the debug stuff, otherwise I forget about this, and do some method commit here of such cleanups. Do we not have diff.stat here somewhere? Maybe I should quickly scroll over that though. So that is that cargo up, cargo, that probably should be fine. That is build, and then adding cargo insert and cargo out release, that probably should be fine, I think the thing is like cargo build defaults on debug and release defaults and install defaults on release or some stupidity. And then I think this is vaguely what I remember, but this is also the recurring stupidity of modern build system stuff. We had 2 dozens and it's doing such nonsense here. So Clang, build type, build type, of course the usual copyright boilerplate optimization there, and update. CMake, there's another build type release. So amazing, I like those cleanups. The reason you would always argue, why have you not done this before? Once we had one, like initially we had probably the first random CMake thing of unimportant whatever stuff a decade ago, and it was never imported, and then with some CMake, with some LLVM Clang, we started to add this, probably because it was some reads a freaking manual. And then like if you have like first you have 1, then you have 5, and if you have 10 or more, then eventually like duelets actually do that proper, right? Like for some random RB Doom BFG thing, of course you don't do that. But when you do that for LLVM Clang and WebKit GTK, then it of course becomes more serious. So yeah, that looks good. Another nice cleanup and another to do. We had that here somewhere of CMake default release build type done. To do still keep growing and are too long, but yeah, the other stuff. Maybe I should have gone first out and enjoy some sun. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this, as well as maybe some T2 logo artwork. I hope you enjoy this, and yeah, the other stuff, leave in the comments below. Some people want more random live, for others it's already 45 minutes. Yeah, I get some sun rays with my son, and hope you learned something. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and looking forward myself to this GNU-less GCC-less LLVM Clang build variant 2. So hope you learned something, have a good day or night, and hope to see you soon for the next fun full stack development low level stuff to come.